face painters, this is Anna here to show you a step-by-step of a funky peacock inspired design. I'm going to be using some tag 1-stroke 30-gram cakes. This one's called Claro de Luna. It is a really shimmery pearl cake that has their metallic blue, pearl blue, pearl teal, and pearl silver. Just sweeping it over the eye with a 1-inch brush, and then I'm going to go under the eye and make some little clamshell strokes. And up and down, so they're fanning around the eye and fanning out towards the side of her face. And then I just have to stroke the other side. Making sure I don't have too much water on my brush and enough paint. Sometimes you have to keep adding a little bit of water at a time to get the rainbow cakes at the right consistency. Alright, now my beautiful little model is going to get to experience the magic of our Jest paint bright yellow. It's FDA approved for cosmetics, but it has that amazing almost neon look to it, which I love so much. And I'm just pushing and pulling out really fast to make little like dagger marks coming out of the side of her eyes. Oh, looks like I hit her with a dagger. And then a little stroke above the eyebrow down to the bridge of her nose, and another stroke over that eyebrow so she looks like a superhero. Now I'm just coming in on the sides of her nose, and I'm going to put a little yellow at the bottom to balance it too. That is a mega bright crazy yellow, so we'll get it all over the place. This is our Pavo Real Dos. It means royal turkey, which means peacock, and we tried to design this cake off of a real peacock feather of a beautiful peacock I saw at the zoo. So it was the closest we could get to peacock magic. And if you keep the green on the outside, you'll have the nice green edges of the peacock feather and the blue and purple on the inside for the eye of the peacock feather. I'm just kind of staggering them around. I went a little crazy adding a lot of peacock feathers to this design of various sizes, but it's just to show you that you can kind of wing a really wild design if you just follow some simple kind of butterfly principles and toss in some peacock feathers. You just kind of sweep it around, keeping it tight in the middle and sweeping the green around the outside to get that peacock feather shape. Alright, now we've got to add some details. I loaded up my brush in the rainbow cake, in the Claro de Luna, and now I'm just using the edge of my flat brush and tapping it around to make kind of a shag pattern. And I'm shagging it around the yellow edges all around her design. I did this to kind of bring the yellow into the design, to pull some color into it, so it wasn't just sitting out there screaming, I'm so bright and yellow and crazy. And now, oh, she's so happy. Now I'm going to use the peacock cake, the Pavo Real Número 2, to do the fringe on the feathers. You can do the fringe with plain green or green and yellow, but I just took the whole cake and I'm fringing around. It really looks like a party's going on her face. But these little taps with the colors make a lot of detail onto the design, but it's really easy to do because you just tap, tap, tap to tap. Oh, and you can even go crazy if your model moves and tap them somewhere else. Just have a little wet sponge to wipe that off. Sponge, 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 and it's gone. That was an invisible sponge. Alright, now I'm just tapping around this side. This is a pretty Mardi Gras mask because it comes all the way down on the sides of her face. Holy moly, roly poly. Now our sweet, patient little model is just going to have to undergo, so beautiful, oh, she's going to have to undergo some outlining and teardropping. I hope she can handle it, but first, she's going to get a jewel. Now I don't know if I should have done this or not because it kind of distorted my peacock feather, but I loaded up a little bit of our La Playa cake where we have the dark blue, light blue, white, and made an extra focal point in the middle of her head. Now I'm using some tag black from their magpie cake. It's really nice to have a split cake with black and white in it because you can just hold that one cake and do all your highlighting and outlining without having to search for the other cake. So I love having my black and white split, and then you can work down the middle if you want to do some kind of gradient fun stuff. And I'm just doing little tiny teardrops. I'm using the Mark Reid number 2. It's a long, thin round, so it's good for making wispy lines. It's kind of hard to control for little tiny cheek art designs where you have to make sharp turns and stuff because it's a long bristle brush. But it's nice for doing quick, whimsical flicks and fast, organic outlining. Uh-oh, I think she's falling asleep. Wake up, Oshi, that was me crawling under the camera. Now I'm just going to outline her little peacock feathers over on this side. And some more little flicks of the black brush. Flick, 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 flick. Flick, flick, flick. These little flicks give it that feathery appearance. Let's see. Guess what? I'm going to do it over on this side too, so you can watch me do it twice. And I outline the center of the peacock feather too, if you notice, to kind of add more contrast. And I'm just flicking away. Flickety flick flick flick. Now, sometimes this happens where you've done half the face and you have to remember to do the other half of the face the same. So I've teardropped the bottom of the eyes. I've flicked both sides of the eyes. I've outlined both peacock feathers. What did I not do on the left eye that I did on the right? And when will I notice it? Right, I'm outlining that bead-like thingamabob. And then here I kind of did a really sloppy outline of my peacock feather that I'm not proud of. And some more flicks. As you'll see in the end, I kind of dressed up the center of that peacock feather, but I think I should have just left that feather alone from the beginning. And little flicks on the inside of the eyes by the nose bridge. Oh, there we go. I forgot to outline that side of the eye. Phew, I'm glad I didn't forget. And some little dot dot dots down the nose add some exciting activity. Now I'm using tag white for some highlights. Straight out of the magpie cake. I've heard mixed reviews about tag white, but it seems to do the job. I don't know as well or almost as well as DFX and Wolf, but it seems like, you know, look at it, it's popping. So I'm just popping little dots on all my peacock feathers to kind of add some attraction to them and some white stars. And now we're going to do something controversial. We're going to give her silver lips. We're using the Jest paint silver on her lips. And I need to get some more water in there and get it nice and thick. But it's a very mega shiny, shiny, shiny silver. Comparing it to most regular brands of silver, you'll say, wow, that's really actually silver. Not shiny gray or gray with sparkles sprinkled in it. It's silver. And here she goes. She got some blue sparkles from Y-Body, laser glitter, and she's stunning. Our beautiful model Oceana with her crazy wild peacock face. There's a side view. And a wild front view. Thanks for watching. Please check out our store, justpaint.com. We've got tons and tons of products and great prices. And you can check out all of our tag cakes. Have a fantastic Halloween season, a great